This video contains content sponsored by John Wilson Blades and MK Blades. Opinions discussed in this video do not reflect the views of John Wilson or MK.
It's definitely possible if I'm able to pull out a perfect free skate and skate my best. It's surely a possibility.
This has been a long time coming. How frustrated have you been? How frustrated did you get during all those struggles?
It was definitely a struggle. I went through a lot of obstacles with the boots and then resulting in some injuries, but I'm very happy with I got most of it resolved and I'm feeling good. And I guess I just learned from all my past mistakes and I'm just gaining more experience and hopefully keep on improving, getting better.
Are you in school right now?
I'm homeschool.
And what year are you?
I'm a senior in high school. Yes.
Because your Grand Prix season was not great.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you come in here and blow the doors off the building.
Yes, it was definitely rough for me during the Grand Prix as well. I spent the beginning of the season working out my boot pose because I realized that's very important. I needed good boots in order to train hard and smart. So I started training really hard in June, July. And into the Grand Prix, I was just kind of getting up there. I was working my way up.
I moved ahead before I should have. But overall, I'm really proud of that program. I'm looking at the sheet right there and all level 4, so that's good. It's a big improvement for like Skate America. So yeah, I mean, it's a kind of, and it's the cheat on the toe, so there's a lot of points there. I kind of left only 9 for my combo, so there's a lot of points out there still. I just gotta be a little more efficient on it.
I thought that Ralph was pointing out something on the ice when you were walking.
Yeah, we were just kind of talking about it was a good jump. I just didn't commit to the checkout of the landing. It looked good on the ice, everything. The edge, I just kind of didn't hold on to it.
I call that program ridiculously interesting. It's fast-paced. It just goes on forever. How difficult was it to get that choreography that Rosie gave you and to maintain your energy? How many months did that take?
It took quite a bit of time. I choreographed it with him in February, so I've kind of had it for a long time, and it's kind of taken that long to sort of feel like I'm comfortable with it, but it's one of my favorite programs, so it's kind of easy to feel the energy and the choreography. But something maybe I want to keep for next year too. I'm interested in keeping that program to kind of grow it a little bit, because next year is so important, so to have something that's kind of comfortable that I've got under my belt for a season, I think would be good.
Are you at a point with it now where you're out there having fun with it and not having to focus so much on each element, or?
Yeah, I think no matter what program you're doing, especially in competition, you're going to be a little more stressed and be thinking about each element. But definitely it's something that, I have moments in between elements where I can kind of get into the character of the program. So something that like I said, I've had it for a long time, so I'm getting there with it.
Looking ahead to the free skate, how important is it for you to, vault onto a spot on that world team in 4 continents to really put yourself out there amongst those skaters?
It's very important. I'm not thinking about it so much. I mean, to think about that right now doesn't really do me any good because the only thing I can do is a good long program. So that's what I'm focusing on, and then whatever happens after that happens.
Has it been an adjustment knowing that eyes are definitely on you this week?
Yeah,
You're
definitely.
doing
I was feeling a little more pressure before that program. I've never been in a position coming into nationals where there's kind of a little bit of buzz. So I think this is a good year too for me to kind of learn what that feels like and kind of skate a little more under pressure.
You said that you got ahead of yourself in the combo. You had some problems with it in the warm-up. What was going on, and did that affect you in the performance at all?
It didn't really affect me in the performance because it felt good in my program. But again, just kind of rushed, didn't really trust it the way that I should have, or fight quite as efficiently as I needed to on that toe.
All right, thanks. So how did it go?
Today was a really tough program mentally because I'm coming off of some rough skates from my Grand Prix series. So today going out there was a huge hurdle, and skating first, not having that break was tough. But you know what? I am so proud of that program, and I think I'm in a great spot going into the long program, just where I like to be. And I went out and got that triple, and that is something that I've been really looking for. So Today was a great day.
What happened on the double axel?
Oh my god, I'm looking at it and I'm amazed I didn't get like a wall strap for that rotation. But it just kind of, ice is fresh, it's a little bit sticky, and that being such an intense program and it's the last jump of mine, on tired legs you kind of stick to sticky ice. So that's pretty much all it was. I think in the long program it won't be a problem.
Are you happy where you are in terms of not just the placement here, but where you are mentally, physically here this week?
I'm so happy. I think that people do not understand how difficult of a position I am in, and it might seem like I'm on top of the world or, you know, second from being top of the world, but this is a really tough position to be in. It's mentally been weighing on my shoulders all season, and to be able to come out and show people that I am a fighter, I'm really proud of that.
You're referring to being the world silver medalist and coming back. So even though you're not a defending national champ, you still feel that pressure probably even more.
If you look at the past ladies, with the exception of Evgenia, just because she's phenomenal, not many podium girls have been able to stick around, and so I'm looking to change that trend.
Did you have any fears that you peaked after, you know, such a great performance last year coming into this year? Or?
Absolutely not. I think I have a lot to offer. If I peaked, I would have retired.
So what do I do tomorrow at 11 in the morning? Do you know what happens at noon in Washington?
I'm gonna go hang out with my mom and ignore everything that's going on in the rest of the world.
You know, it was pretty good. It felt strong. I mean, I felt like an athlete while I was skating it, which is nice. It felt, you know, of course I had the error on the flip, but, you know, I just think after everything, being able to do the combo and the double axel, you know, sometimes people make mistakes. Definitely not what I've been training, but I think that, at least in myself, I can feel a huge improvement as a skater, and I think everyone can see, and not just on my practices and in my performance, that just even from the competition in December until now, the huge strides that I've made, and I think that I'll just continue to make them throughout the competition and as the season goes on.
You looked very tentative going into the flip. Did you feel tentative the whole time?
I didn't feel tentative, I felt slow. I knew going into it, slow was the word that popped in my head. I had ample room, I just had ample crossovers. I just didn't maximize, I think, my ice coverage on those skating skills, and then the push coming out of the back splits, it just wasn't, it would have needed tighter, faster, and I would have needed a much stronger pick. It definitely wasn't like, it didn't have the speed of the other jumps in the program or the speed in the warm-up, so not as much tentative as I just felt slow. Like this, in practice, I would have taken a lap and just gotten faster. I wouldn't have even, I was confident going into it is what I'm saying. Am I nailing a combo with like second half? Like,
After the season you have, do you feel aggressive going into Saturday? You know, you're going to have to obviously pull up to get one of the spots on the world team. Do you feel aggressive going into that? What is your mindset?
I mean, yeah, I would have to earn, I mean, to be in the top 3, to earn the spot at Worlds, it would have to be aggressive, but I mean, I've made comebacks before. This doesn't feel like a major comeback in some ways because I felt pretty solid. It just wasn't what everyone else delivered from what I could see in the scores, but you know, a long program is worth a lot of points, and I can certainly deliver some good long programs, and kind of feel like I'm due for a good one, so cheers to Saturday.
One more question. Don't you feel that first at Nationals last year, fourth at Worlds, that even if you finish fourth, you're going to Worlds this year?
I mean, we've seen different controversial where people aren't on the podium and they're still selected for events. We see that in Michelle Kwan has not gone to Nationals and been selected for an Olympic team. So I think like, I believe that I deserve to be on the world team, but I'm not on the selection committee. So of course every athlete feels like they should be on the world team. But I think that everyone's seen me grow already from that golden spin to now. So the improvements that can be made by the end of March, I feel like it can be back, you know, in the top of the world. Honestly, I feel like today would have been a really great, like if I had done the triple flip, I mean, that would have been, I felt pretty good.
Thanks, Gracie. So, what's your assessment of the program?
Oh dear, it's one of those questions. I wish you would get a little more specific. I mean, obviously I made mistakes, but overall, I think it was a championship ladies program, and you know, there's a surprise winner so far, but the winner comes from the long program, and I put myself in the game, and I'm so proud of myself. My flip toe was like chocolate, so we'll see how not tomorrow, but the day after tomorrow goes. So it's great at the championships that in this most stressful situation we get a day in between to really recover our bodies. It's a lose-lose situation for me because I want to get it over with, but I want to recover, and you know, it's not in our hands, so I'm taking that day of recovery. I deserve some dessert, and then it's back onto plan B for me, which is the free program.
So you said
one more question, and then it
you said mistakes plural. You said mistakes plural. We only saw one mistake on the landing of the loop. What other mistake did you think you made?
That's for me to know, and you to try to figure out.
No, seriously. I mean.
Okay, well, you know, that double axel, I really wanted to push it a little bit closer to the wall because I want my footwork to be way bigger and to impact more. And I also think that because my loop was because of my pattern after the spin, I made the mistake of not taking it out to the wall far enough, and so that slight mistake, it resulted in the big obvious mistake. And so there are always hidden mistakes that you don't see, but you know, like, I've been working really hard, so it's hard to tell.
All right, thank you.